Good morning. My name is Ryan Hayes, and I'm a 15-year Hoboken resident and proud St. Anne's parishioner. I'm humbled to be able to spend a few minutes this morning speaking about fatherhood on Father's Day. First, I'd like to say Happy Father's Day to you all. Much like Mother's Day, this is a time for celebration of the people who mean so much to us. But I know Father's Day can be a difficult day for many. Being away from family, longing to be a father, or having lost a loved one can make it a day of mixed emotions. I have been there. This year I am blessed to be able to celebrate with lots of family, including my dad, my father-in-law, and my 10-month-old son, Rory. I am overjoyed to celebrate today with Rory and hope this is the first of many Father's Days together. However, today actually marks my 5th Father's Day as a father. In 2018, I lost my first child, my daughter, Kira Marie, to a rare brain aneurysm. Losing a child is a terrible experience to go through, but it does give you a few things. It gives you the opportunity to deeply question and explore your faith. Lord knows I did, and I thank God for that faith because it has sustained me these past few years, giving me hope that one day Rory would come into my life and peace that I will be reunited with Kira again. It also gives you an appreciation for life and for the opportunity to be a parent. I can tell you, hand on heart, that I'm a better dad and husband as a result. As cliched as it is, each day becomes precious, and you soak up the times that friends or other parents may find monotonous or burdensome. I recently had the opportunity to soak up many moments with Rory as my wife was traveling for several days. An old-fashioned boys' weekend, mano-a-mano, on call with no backup options. It was a wonderful weekend. We went for walks, had a picnic in the backyard, sang in the bathtub, and got up very early in the morning. And by the end of the weekend together, I had 2 realizations that had stuck with me. The first was how wonderful it felt to release my own agenda and constantly put myself last throughout the day. I'm a person who keeps to-do lists and often measures days in productivity. Sound like anyone else here? When my wife and I spend our weekends with Rory, we often start the day by plotting the top things each of us wants to get done. Work out, run errands, journal, etc. But when you're one-on-one, the little guy has a knack for blowing up any of those plans. So I finally adjusted to avoid the frustration. The focus went entirely to Rory, and I was anticipating what he would want before he even thought of it. As I crashed on the couch at the end of the day, I realized how fulfilled I felt. I had checked nothing off my own to-do list, nor had I interacted with another adult. But I had this sense of satisfaction that I had truly served and cared for another. I had put myself last, and while I knew academically this was the way that I should live, this multi-day experience brought this value to life for me. The second realization I had following that weekend was just how much I loved this little person and would do anything to make him comfortable and happy. And he did nothing to earn that love. He didn't invite me to a ball game, didn't buy me a present or pay me a compliment. He was simply him. At night after I put him to bed, I'd tear up thinking about how much I missed my little buddy. He couldn't say a single word yet, but we had such a special bond throughout the day. He depended on me, and that felt good. Finally, Monday morning came around and it was time to go to work and end our guy's weekend. I couldn't stop crying. I sat there and tried to understand why or what I was feeling. And there was no easy answer. It was joyful, not sad. I figured it was most definitely a strong form of love. Not something you or I can create, but it is within all of us. It felt good to tap into that love, and boy did it pour out. I realized that over the years, grief of Kira's passing and her not physically being with me had impeded my ability to pour this love out, and as a result, I had doubled to give Rory. As I sat on the couch reflecting on these new life learnings, I thought of God the Father, and I thought about the sacrifice that was made 2,000 years ago for us, regular human beings who throughout time had put little into the relationship, and yet he kept extending himself. That's a father's love. A love without end or conditions. With that in mind, Father's Day takes on new meaning for me. It isn't just about me or my dad. It is also a day I can think about our Father and celebrate the loving relationship we have. Life is short, and your Father's Day circumstances will change over the years, but this is one constant that can continue to give us all reason to smile. Thank you very much for this opportunity to speak with you all today.